Hi,
Good to
how
see you.
nice, how nice.
Good to see you.
Okay, this is good. Okay, good.
Jane is the host, and so she will be on shortly, I'm sure. And yes, welcome, Albert. How are you
Thank
doing
you.
today? You having a good day?
I'm doing fine. I'm looking forward to this. This is another one of the few Zooms I've done. I've done a few, and I'm looking forward to doing this one.
I understand you're in Texas right now.
Yes, Linda and we live in two places.
Oh, okay.
We're going to celebrate our 7th anniversary this November.
Congratulations.
Linda whispered in my ear 6th.
Oh,
And
you're having such a good time. Time's just flying.
it goes by, but it's been a wonderful relationship for both of us. Neither one of us expected anything after our mates passed away. And here we are, as happy as ever and thankful.
Thankful,
And,
yeah.
What?
I understand you were up in British Columbia last.
Yes, not British Columbia. We were up
Above Vancouver.
above Vancouver.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My son, who turned 40 August 28th, made me a grandfather.
Oh.
And the little girl is 13 months old, and I just love kind of looking at them and having them look at me and size me up.
Yep, that's what they do.
One second, please.
Sure.
1 second, please.
We have a
costume.
Wardrobe adjustment.
Wardrobe adjustment.
Yeah, wardrobe adjustment.
Off this way.
Okay.
So for those of you who are members of the Pastel Society of North Carolina, Albert will be doing a demonstration. That's what Tim and Albert are talking about right now. He'll be doing a demo on September 14th from 1 to 3, our time.
We just came back from Canada, seeing my son who just turned 40, and my granddaughter and his wife, Jeanette, and my granddaughter who turned 13 months. And I love being with little kids.
Oh, what a treat.
And not talking kitschy coo and all that. Not saying anything and letting them stare and register in their own way without disturbing their registration, however that works.
Did she reach for
What?
Did she reach for your beard?
Not yet. She was reaching for my wristwatch, which I put on the table, and she was taking it and giving it back, and there was some other little things that were hers that she was reaching for, and she looked at me and she gave them to me, and then I gave them right back to her, and I smiled. I didn't say one word. And we were there for 3.5 weeks.
Wow.
I did not say, well, we painted also, and the weather was worked against us. It rained. You know, you can't take pastels out in the rain. And I like to paint sunlight. I'm not, gray days is just not my favorite type of light. I prefer the contrast of strong sunlight. And it was very gray there. But we did good. We did good. We did good. And yeah. And we flew back to Santa Fe for a few days. And then now we're here. Linda's going to have a show here in Lakeway. Linda Wells is my mate's name, and she's sitting right next to me. And thank her for a lot of things. I thank her for a lot of things.
We do.
But we have to thank her for doing all the computer work. Because if she wasn't doing it, and if somebody else was not doing it, I was not judging or jurying the show.
Well, we appreciate all that Linda has done to help bring this about.
Linda, come up here and let them see you and give them a smile.
Nice.
Hi, Linda. Hi.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you.
Linda
You're
paints.
welcome.
It's really a pleasure, and she's going to have a show in Lakeway here, and we hang it, or she hangs it on Tuesday, and
22 pieces.
22 people, and
22 pieces.
We're up to about,
22 pieces.
oh, wow.
It's a full show.
Well, we are getting people. We're up to 44 and it is now 4 o'clock. So without
Much ado.
much ado, it's time. What I'd like to do, just say a couple of things before turning this over. First of all, thank you all. Thank you all for participating in the 8th annual Pure Color International online show, juried show. I think this was started by, I think, Laura Pollock, who is on the screen here. 8 years this has been going on, and it has been a popular and wonderful exhibition every year. And I want to thank two people. One, I want to thank, first of all, Jane Steelman for putting together the video and this Zoom call. She has put together a beautiful slide presentation of the show that you will see, Albert's selections, and we're just, I'm forever in her debt for handling so much of the technological. And so thank you, Jane. And I'd also like to thank Jim Hallenbeck. Jim's right here. I see Jim. And he took care of all the details. He chaired this year's Pure Color. And it just seemed like it was a walk in the park for him. So we're looking forward to next year, right, Jim? Anyway, Jim, I'm going to hand it over to you. And I know that you have some things you want to say and you want to introduce Albert. So let's get started. Thank you all again for being here. Thank you for participating, and good luck on your on the award selection. So thank you all.
Thanks, Daphne, and congratulations to everybody that got into the show and to the award winners as well. As chair, I got a chance to look at all the artwork. It just kind of blew me away. So kudos to everybody. Your skills are quite fascinating. And I'm going to do one public service announcement before we get started, because Albert's coming to Raleigh next April down at Art Space. So it'll be the 4th year in a row that he stays with me and my wife, Lisa, him and Linda. So take advantage. Take advantage. If you want to come to the workshop, contact me. So I'm not going to go through all the accolades of Albert. He grew up in Brooklyn, studied at the Students' Art League in New York City. At a young age of 24, he moved to Paris, where he painted and lived for about 4 or 5 years, and then moved back to the States, to Woodstock, New York. Really started to get some recognition, both as an oil painter and a pastelist, and then moved to Santa Fe. Over the years, Albert's had a lot of one-man shows, I think over 30, maybe over 40 by now. Enjoyed into hundreds and hundreds of shows, probably won close to 100 awards. He's a master artist in Oil Painters of America, American Impressionist Society, Pastel Society of America, in the Plein Air Hall of Fame. There isn't enough accolades to talk about Albert and his life as a painter. Personally, I met Albert in Raleigh in 2016 at a workshop. I just happened to take a workshop. And we had an instant connection. And for the past 8 years, he's been my teacher, mentor, and very, very dear friend. So I have a lot of respect for Albert and a deep friendship. So it is my great honor to introduce what I consider the greatest living pastelist, Albert Handell. And thank you, Albert, for judging and being the judge of the awards and during the show.
Thank you, Jim. That was lovely. what shall I talk about? Okay, how I juried the show. There were 620 images. And the way I jury shows, if it stands out, you're in. If it seems ridiculous, you're out. And then there is a huge amount of, does this one go in or does this one go out? And Linda and I, we had to judge the show twice. I'll tell you why. The jury the show twice. First, we started with every single image. And we didn't know who did what or whatever was going on. And I went by my feelings, my instincts, my knowledge of painting, my knowledge of pastel. And if it hit me, it was in. And it was a number 5. And there was and a number 4 was, I don't know how many there was. There was 400. I don't know, 5. There was plenty. And we started going through them. And then we were told that we can't have more than 2 images per artist. So we had to go through each artist the second time, because some people said 4 images, 5 images, and and if I liked it, it was going in. And we had to look at certain artists who sent in 4 or 5 and see which 2 or 3 we had to take out. And that was more difficult than just putting all 5 of them in, okay? So we did that. So we juried the show twice. And the third consideration was Linda's whispering in my ear, carrying power. We'll get to that in a minute. I don't know how big this gallery was. The last show I judged or juried, they asked for 120 or 125 works. And I didn't want to limit it to that because there were so many fine things and I was having so many arguments with myself. I said, to hell with it. And I think I ended up with 156 or 160. Do you know how many I ended up with?
157.
Yeah, and I hope it's not too many works, but that's it. I didn't want to. I had trouble just limiting it to 157. I want you to know that. But I figured if you can hang 120, you can hang 150 or 160. So that was part of the juring of the show. There's another aspect that I look for in works, and that has to do with carrying power. And a lot of my students, I mention carrying power, and they don't know what I'm talking about. It's the thing that grabs you from across the room. It has a lot to do with design, strong compositions and all that. And when you get up closer, it's not that you see the hair and the beard, it's that you see how the beard was finished by not finishing it, by finishing just a tad of the beard, and the whole beard has carrying power. And a lot of people who work with me, are surprised to hear this. And I'm just mentioning that. A lot of the people who I juried in should take workshops. Not necessarily mine, but workshops. And where do you find teachers that will teach workshops? 2 magazines. Pastel Journal. Every pastelist should have a pastel journal. I mean, if you don't have it, subscribe. And Plein Air magazine. Both those magazines have lots of ads for accomplished artists who are teaching. What an opportunity. What an opportunity. I have advice. Look them over, go to their websites, see how you feel about their works. If it inspires you, consider the next step. Where are they? And keep it in the United States. You don't have to go to Portugal to paint boats. No, just keep it right here. You want to study with these people. Take a shot at it. Go. We're all over 50 years old. Most of us have enough money to treat ourselves good and take an adventure with an artist we admire. It might work out wonderfully, or it might just be a nice experience and you don't want to have anything more to do with that artist, and he or she, try another one. And you see, painting is a dream. A lot of you folks who have retired are getting back to a dream that you didn't want to chance financially, and I can understand that. Been through this. And you became doctors or whatever you became, family people, whatever it was. And now that the kids are, now that you're grandparents, you're retired, you have enough money to enjoy your dream. And if you're confused as to how to go to the next step with your dream, see if there's a local still life painter or any kind of painter and take local classes. And if you like what you're learning and doing, practice it in between the week classes, once a week, whatever it is. Do it, please, for your sake, not mine, your sake. If you study something and you don't practice it, you're going to lose the inspiration and the information that you think you obtained while going to class. You got to practice these things. And it goes on and on. This is not a workshop, but I tell my students this all the time. Linda, am I missing anything? Linda quietly said, no. So do you want to hear anything else? Anybody? That's a question? No?
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything. All right. So what happens now? Somebody tell me.
Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen and play the video with all of the entries that you chose.
And I talk while you're showing these things?
Yeah, you actually can.
Okay. Usually in a one media exhibition, you know, oils, pastels, whatever, there's usually categories. Landscape, portrait, still life, abstract, whatever. And usually prizes are given, oh, isn't that nice? Prizes are given uh, in the category. That didn't exist in this show. So, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. So I made sure there was a healthy mixture of things. And one of the categories could be abstract. And it's nice seeing them again. Okay. All right. Still life. Another still life. Was that from the same person? That's a still life. A still life landscape. Ah, sunset. Oh, I like the abstract quality of this. And here we are with a still life with a close-up. I like close-ups. Yeah, I thought that was adorable. I don't know if that's the right word. And that was wonderful. I really thought that was well. It's like a black and white. Another portrait. Another still life. Again, I had this floating in my mind as if yeah, that's a portrait. I guess that's a still life. If I was Turk's turbans, I love painting. If I was to put that in a cat, oh, that was another portrait. Landscape. Another portrait. Landscape. Still alive. Good. You know, I don't know if this is a still life or a landscape, but oh, that's a landscape. And like I say, with these, oh, look at that one. It's nice seeing them again, you know. I thought that was touching. Okay. All right. I thought that was just beautiful. Well done. Same with this. Well done. Yeah, landscape. Yes. Nice job. This is one of my favorite subjects, the trees, still life. Trees and rocks and water. Still, nice job here. You can feel the fuzz on these things. Nice texture. And I love painting trees. I look at this as an abstract. Same with this. I don't know what category to put this in. I guess landscape, I'm not too sure. Huh? Trees. Beauty, nice job. Could you stop for a minute? Can you stop for a
Yes.
minute?
Yes, sir.
I eliminated a number of nice works because of space. I want everybody to know that. And I think this is a beauty. Next one, I'm sorry. And that's a beauty. That's a beauty. Now, some of these people I know, some of these people have studied with me. I wasn't sure if I should put that in abstract. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't have categories. I thought this was a very nice idea. Backlighting. Very good. I look at this as another abstract. And this would be a still life. Sorry. It's not an abstract. I thought that was a nice, I consider this a still life. Good. This is one of my favorite subjects. Who painted that?
Doris Saul, I think it said,
Oh, okay.
or Dolores.
I look at this as an abstract, and I look at this as an abstract. A good design. Nice. Good. This is one of my favorite subjects. And I teach it a lot. This was a very nice still life. I wish I had more prizes to give out. That's an abstract in my mind. Still life. Huh? What did you just say, Linda? Figure. Still life. A lot of nice florals. We could have had a category for them if we're dealing with categories. Nice job. Nice distance. Nice job. Now, again, is this a still life or is this an abstract? That's a beauty. Oh, Jim, this is you. Lovely job. Nice. Very interesting. Very interesting. Another portrait. Good for you, Lois. I look at this as a still life. I guess this is a landscape. Look at the backlighting, it's nice. I'm not too sure what category this thing goes into, but it was a well-worked. Okay, next. Portrait. Portrait. I love that blouse. That blouse won me over. Nice job. This is a nice vignette portrait, landscape. landscape. I look at that as a still life, or no, a portrait, not a still life. I didn't know what category to put this in. It feels like an abstract to me, huh? It was birds. Okay. Nice. Very nice. This is another favorite subject of mine, and I teach it. Okay, that's good. Good point of view. Okay, nice job. Lovely, complicated subject, and well done. With okay, when it comes to street scenes, I want to say something after we look at all the works. This is a nice rounded out show. Good for you, Albert and Linda. Nice, strong. That was a clever idea. All right. Beauty. I look at that as an abstract. Very nice. Strong sense of sunlight. I like that. Same here. Good for you, Kenneth. Nice. This is nice. This is very nice. This reminded me of the person who did all the good. I think we're going to have a nice show. Very nice. I thought this was a unique thing altogether. And I thought that was strong. Nice. I look at this as I looked at the tomatoes or the Turk turbans. This was interesting. Backlighting and close up. Nice sense of light condition. It is something that's strong carrying power. Keep it simple. Very nice. Nice subject. Again, one of my favorite subjects. By the way, I want to talk about making darks darker and all that, and carrying power. Lovely. God, Linda, we worked so long on all this. This again is like still life with the Turk turban or something. Yeah. I would put this into the portrait category. Landscape, strong. All right. Portrait. Lovely. Okay. Isn't that a beauty? Nice job. Nice job. There's some nice things here. I wish I could have given out more prizes. I think I only had 10 or something or whatever it was. I wish I had 20. Yep, portrait, lovely. There's a lovely works here that have not gotten prizes because I didn't have any more to give out. And it was nice atmospheric. Well,
Leave that in.
okay.
20 out of 650.
120 out, what out of 50?
56 out of 650.
Oh, 650.
They're all winners.
So many here could have been winners, and there could have been more works put into the show, but I didn't want to put in 200 or 220 and you couldn't hang it, so I stretched the 120 as much as I could to 159 or 160. And the prizes was very difficult to do. Oh, isn't that nice? That's a nice vignette. Very difficult to do because I only had 10. 12, okay, whatever it was. All right. Give out more prizes next time, even if they're merchandise or whatever it
I
is.
figured they're a winner to get in.
What, hon?
I figured they were a winner to get in out of the 600 and something.
Yeah, oh yeah, you are winners to get in. And many of you who did not get in, it's only because I was limited or didn't qualify. And sorry about that. I hope nobody look at that. Isn't that nice? Nice side lighting. I look at that as an abstract personally, but all right. Nice, and it's good carrying power, strong lights and darks. A very nice human feel to this one. Okay. That could be a still life or an abstract portrait. Nice job. Still life, just like other ones that I showed you. Oh, many thanks to Albert Handell, yes, and Linda Wells. I'd like to talk a little bit more about this before we get into prizes. A number of you missed the boat because your darks were not dark enough. This is some advice I give my students. If you're unhappy with the picture, turn it to the wall, start something else, get a fresh look. 2 hours later or two days later or whenever it is, turn the picture around and whatever it needs, give it. It usually has to do with making the darks darker or taking something out that is weakening what you have. And you see, it's an emotional thing. I'm talking about myself, right? I mean, I've gone through it. I know what it's about. Um, when I go out painting, most of my pastels are done on location, except for the demonstrations I do in the studio. The last thing I want to do is go outdoors with my pastels and people have to stand instead of sitting, and I have to find something that inspires me or I don't feel like working. So when I demonstrate in the studio pastels, I know what I'm going to be doing. It's one of my favorite landscapes. By the way, I love painting the adobes. I don't know if you've been in Santa Fe. By the way, if you visit Santa Fe, I have an open studio policy and you're welcome to visit. I'm usually there from May to the January 1st or so. And it's worth a visit. And the adobe as a subject has a particular nuance to it that no other subject that I know of has. All right, so make your darks darker. What? Oh, and the street scenes. Yes. If you're going to do the street scenes, you got to do the lettering, if you like it or not. If you do a street scene and you just smear in whatever it is, it weakens your picture. When I did street scenes, I like to do storefronts and all that. I like to do Chinese, put Chinese lettering or Hebrew. Spanish could work, but Chinese and Hebrew is better. And if you're doing it in English or you're doing it in Spanish, you know, it has to look like a professional letterer made the sign. You can't have, so that's one of the reasons why I stopped, I stopped doing street scenes because one, I had a lot of trouble parking the bloody car. Then I had to schlep everything to wherever I was going. And then there was cars covering the subject, you know, and then this lettering business exhausted me. So I'm just, take that for what it's worth. Linda, am I missing anything?
You got it.
Do you have any questions before we go into the prizes? Anybody? Are you all happy with all this so far?
Absolutely.
Everybody?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. I like feedback. Okay, what should we do now? Should we start with the prizes?
Yes, Albert, I'm going to show the PowerPoint and you can talk about them and I can move to the next one that when you just let me know, move on to the next one.
Okay, good.
Honorable mention.
Okay, honor the 6th honorable mention or whatever that.
Yeah.
So
7.
here we go with the honorable mentions and here's the first one.
This deserved an honorable mention. It's well done. And I don't know this person at all, do I? Preston King or whatever. Some of these people, oh, that was a lovely one. And I like the carrying power of it and the backlighting. And I want to say something. This person I never met, don't know. In this prizes, there's going to be 2 of them two prizes, 2 people who have been working with me for a number of years, and 2 people who I know of from, staying here for a minute. I know of these people because of FASO, F-A-S-O. Did I mention that already? Oh, okay. Click to me again.
Okay. Whoops. Sorry, having a little trouble
That's
with
all
that.
right. Take your time. Nobody's perfect. I'm easy. Okay. I'm sorry I didn't mention this. Paint. You have to paint. Otherwise, we can't, you don't, this discussion is not for you, okay? So if you're working regularly, don't worry about selling the picture, show the picture. And a wonderful way to show your works is what what Linda does for me, with FASO, F-A-S-O. I don't know what FASO means, but
Fine Art Studio online.
Fine Art Studio Online. Thank you, Linda. If you join, it's not expensive. It's really worthwhile. You have to make a website using their priorities, so that when you put something, or when we put something, when Linda put something for me on
A new piece.
a new piece on my website, the next day it's sent out as artful art. Now I don't know how many thousands of people do it, and I don't know how they do it. And I get comments from the work. I like it. I beautiful all this, and I thank them. I told you that. I recommend you do that. And I believe that these people who are following me, and I don't know how many there are. I mean, it's not 10 or 12, you know, it's a few thousand. And when I put out a newsletter, they all get it. And I'm not trying to sell anything except saying, hi, this is what I do. What I do advertise is you're welcome to come to my studio and visit the studio. You don't have to buy anything. But when I have this open studio policy, people come because they want to come, and I want them to come. It's another story. I'll save that one. And sometimes people who come are part of a pastel society in some city, and I'm doing a workshop there the next year or something. It doesn't show your work. Okay, let's go back to the process.
Number 5.
Number 5. Thank you. I hope I'm not giving out too much information. I don't know, you know, with no feedback, I don't know what's going on. I'll
So-
make believe everything's fine.
Okay.
I think this is a well-painted job, a good feeling of sunlight, an interesting point of view, and I just liked it. I just liked it. That's why.
Right, next.
Next. Is this you, Jim?
Yes,
That's a beauty.
thank you.
Now, Jim and I have been working for a number of years, and we're very good friends. And Jim has some subjects. One of them is trees, another one is rocks and water, another one is buildings, and whatever else. And Jim really excels, in my opinion, with his trees. And this is just a beauty. I love the colors. I love the point of view. I love the description of the tree. And even though he's my friend and fellow artist who follows me, usually that's not a plus. Usually that's a minus. But I like this so much. I just gave it, I gave it an honorable mention. I didn't want to push it up any further. So that's it. Good for you, Jim.
Thank you, Albert.
Nice job.
That's everything.
Who?
Check on these.
Nice. I liked it. Um, Even though it has, it's good job. It deserves some recognition. I mean, it didn't hit me like the previous two. But congratulations. Next one. I thought the atmosphere in this one was beautiful. I like the atmospheric quality to this one, and I thought it deserved mentioning. So I gave it an honorable mention. Allison, God bless you. Allison has worked with me for a number of years. Now, she loves painting fish. Allison, your landscape, you caused me some problems. I like the landscape very much. You're coming along great, but your fish paintings have a quality to it that makes it feel silvery, if that's the right word. And both your works deserve the honorable mention, but I gave it to this one because of the uniqueness of it and the beauty of it. And congratulations on both works.
Thank you so much, Albert.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You're welcome. You well deserved. Next one, please.
Fourth place.
Right now, we're
Fourth
looking
place.
at the first, second, third, fourth place and best of show.
Okay. I just liked it. It felt like late afternoon sunlight, another hour or two, and it'd be gone. It's a complicated. It's a good composition. It carries. It's deserving of a prize. So what can I tell you? That's it. Next one. I don't know how you painted that shirt.
Yes.
God bless you, Anthony, whatever you, I don't have my reading glasses on. That shirt got you in immediately. Take a look at that shirt. Who wants to try and paint that? I don't. I don't. Hands are good. The portrait is fine. It's that shirt. So I knew it was going to get a higher prize. Okay, good. I loved it. It's well done. It's simple and carries. Good detail, nice color, nice sense of light. When I saw this, I said, this will probably get a prize. And it did. Here it is. And who's this person?
I mean, George Apple.
Well, I never met you, and I think it's beautiful. And keep doing them. And a lot of these prize winners, if you're not in FASO, get into FASO, because these pictures should be seen. And there are others that I didn't have the prizes for, but it was very difficult to drop off eight images or whatever it was, I forget. Okay, next one. First place. Mertz. Nancy King Mertz. Now, this is, she never studied with me, but she's on FASO, and I get her images. Also, she's on a professional level. I judged a show 4 years ago in IAPS, and she had a street scene in there, and I loved the colors. And I gave her a prize. And she does beautifully with 1-point perspective. And she's expanded out. Now, I know all this because she's part of FASO. Doggone it. Doggone it. And her prices are going up. Her workshops are expanding. I mean, she goes to France and all this now. These are paintings of pastels of Chicago. She usually does 1-point perspective under the L system. That's what she started out with. That was her best subject. Now it's expanding out. And I like this picture, and she deserved this prize because of everything I'm telling you. And become better known, especially you prize winners. And it's simplified and all that.
Thank you, Albert, so much. This is
Oh,
Nancy.
you're welcome. God bless you, Susan.
God bless you.
And Nancy, God bless you. Nice job.
Thanks.
Next one.
Best to show.
Best of show. Now, William Schneider is a professional artist in pastel and oils, and portraits is one of his mainstays. He is a master artist in Oil Painters of America, Pastel Society here and there, and God knows where. And as soon as I saw this, I said, I think this is first place, unless something else comes up, best to show. It's a beautiful portrait, well designed, well painted, and very deserving of being the best of show. Huh?
Darks and light.
Oh, Linda's telling me how much I raved about the darks and the lights. God bless you, my friend. I gave him a prize also in Denver, Best of Show. It was a pastel show, Pastel Society of Colorado. It was in a library. He's part of FASO. If I haven't sold, I don't make any money from you joining FASO, but if I haven't, okay, that's best to show. Now let's, what do we do now? Put everybody on the screen, please. I need some feedback. How was this? Who wants to say something?
I do. Could I say
Good.
something?
Yes, you certainly can.
First of all, I want to thank you for joining me in the show, but I also have a little story to tell you.
Okay.
A long time ago, the first time I think that you came to Chapel Hill to give a workshop with PSNC, I was a brand new student there. And the last day, we had to show some of our work that we had done before the workshop. And you didn't see one of my works, which was a photograph I had taken because I wasn't able to bring it. And I remember that I got you just as you were walking out the door, and I showed you the photograph. And the advice you gave me was to paint it again and again and again. And I did that with that painting, and I've done it with several others. And it was some of the best advice I've had. I just wanted to share that with you.
I want to thank you I appreciate that. And I want to mention to everybody about variation of a theme.
Mhm.
First of all, you can't get everything in one painting. Just many a time you get something, but you didn't get what you wanted to get. Don't mess up what you have. Leave it alone. And the next day, or what the next day is start another one of that photo and get that part that you didn't get, that you wanted to get, and stop,
Mhm.
or try and finish it, but don't weaken that. I do this a lot, and I've learned a lot. You can change the shape, you could change the size, but variation of a theme. You see, you can't get everything in one painting. Sorry. Sorry. But one painting can relate to the next one. I can't imagine flying to Portugal and painting boats. I can't. Linda says less than want to go to Portugal. I'm not too crazy leaving the country. But variation of a theme. Please think about it, and thank you for your comment. Take care. Who else wants to tell me anything? You got to tell me something. Somebody, you didn't fall asleep. Who wants to say something? All right, you had this shot. Nobody wants to say something.
Well, I would like,
Thanks, Albert. I appreciate your including me as well, and I was very, very pleased to be among that group of people. I mean, the work I just think was beautiful. And thank you so much for your thoughtful remarks about each piece.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
I would like
Yeah.
to say this is Daphne. I would just like to say thank you so much, Albert, for all that you have done for this show, for the work that you put in, the hours that you spent. Thank you so much. And I know that it's meant a lot to the folks that were in. And for those of us who didn't get in, it was helpful. It was informative. And thank you for that as well. There's always, there's always going to be something to strive for. Thank you for your wisdom. And thank you also, Jim, for putting this show together. I know everyone has really enjoyed the program. And I want to thank you all. If you're a member of the Pastel Society of North Carolina, join us September 14th for a demo. And there'll be more about that
A
coming.
demo by yours truly.
By yours truly, yes, by you. So is there anything else before we say goodnight and happy Labor Day? Anything else?
Congratulations to everyone that got in.
Yes, and won an award. Congratulations.
Won the award.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you for judging, Albert and Linda. Thank you so much.
Very much. And thank you, Jane, once again. Thank you.
Thanks,
You're
Jen.
welcome.
Good job. See
Bye-bye.
ya.